Hello my friends! In this video I'll show you how easy it is to paint red poppies and daisies in Van Gogh style. And for this I'm going to do the sketch first. Here I'm tracing the table. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. And I'm placing my vase. These are the extremities of the vase and then the body of the vase. This will be the edge. Now I'm placing the flowers. I'm not gonna put too many details at this point. I just want to sketch the position. So I'll put few circles here and there. Here are many flowers, so it's gonna be a big patch. Here, a few more flowers. And I want to put an accent right here on the top of the vase. And I want to reshape it a little bit. Of course, this will be covered and painted and reshaped many times, but I want to give it a kind of nice look. Now we're ready to paint, and I will start with the background. For this I'm using green, yellow, and just a little bit of red, and of course I'm adding white. I couldn't miss the white. And moving on, for the background I'm going to alternate horizontal strokes with vertical strokes, and also long with short. Doing this, I will create all sort of texture. It's the thing that I like to see in the background, and this is going closer to what Van Gogh paintings look like. Here this corner will be more yellow, so with the same colors that I used before, I'm doing a yellow accent area. And of course I am going around the flowers that I sketched before, but not very careful, so even if I covered the flowers with painting here and there, it's not a big deal, because later on when we'll paint flowers we will come over it and we will do it nice, and we will reshape the flowers and we'll put details on it. As a parenthesis here, I want to say it very quickly. When it comes to big names in art, when it comes to famous artists, we will never know exactly what they were using and how they were using. Of course, for some artists we have testimonies, and some of them wrote books and they explain here and there how they were doing their marvelous work, but we will never know exactly all the details of how they did it. So when we replicate a famous painting such as this one, what we can do is to observe. And this is the purpose of this painting. It's a study based on observation. For the table, I'm using the same colors, but I'm changing the proportions. Now it's gonna be mostly white with red, and I added a little green and just a teeny tiny bit of yellow. And I'm going around the vase, and I'm using the same technique as that I used for the background. And I'm covering all the table. I'm ready for the poppies now. I've changed my brush. I'm using a smaller brush right now, and I am sketching the poppies. For this, I'm using yellow and red, and when they mix, they're gonna give me a very nice orange. Some of the poppies will be more yellowish, some of them will be more red, and that will create a little bit of variation. For this group of flowers, I will use the same technique, but this time I will place each flower nearby the other flower. And to create distinction in between the flowers, the only option that I have is to use different colors. So here, for example, it's a little darker. I'm using more red here. Now again, a red poppy that will stand against an orange one. I'm adding another red one on top. And now more yellow, so I can create a little contrast. A darker one. The variation is so subtle and so small that it's not gonna create a huge contrast, but the difference it's little, but it's noticeable. For the vase, I'm using the same colors, but this time red, it's the main color, and I mixed some green in it and a little yellow so it won't look too gray. And with this combination, I am covering the vase. And for the other side, I want it to be a little darker because this is the shade. It's not completely dry, but I want to add some accents with yellow, just a few horizontal lines. And more accents with white this time. As I'm adding highlights to the vase, you already notice that the color it's mixing because the color is not completely dry. It is mixing and it's blending all together, and that creates an effect that I like very much. It's time to do the other flowers. This time I'm using only white, and I'll do those circles, those rounds that you are already accustomed with. This will be my flowers. There are some fallen leaves here. First I want to sketch it a little bit. This is the way that they will look, and I will add a little bit more later, more color and more texture. And I want to put some accents here. Now it's time to add the blue flowers. I will add one here, not too big, and some other flowers on the other side. This time I'm just dabbing the brush very easily, and it will create that flower-like texture. I want to include also some petals, so I'm dragging the color a little bit in all the direction to create as much as possible flower texture. With a darker blue, I'm adding more petals. This time I'm working only on the edge. And it will add extra definition to the flowers. One more flower. This flower will be alone. It looks more of a star shape. And more accents. On the other side, the color is completely dry, so we can add right now more leaves with green. For the white flowers, the middle it's red, and I am putting just a dot. There are not a lot of white flowers. And for the blue, I will add a little dot too in the middle, but this time I will use white. And for the red flower, the middle will be black. This is not a very strong black, so I will come and I will add an additional layer of black because I want it to be stronger than that. Kind of like this, a sharper, more intense red. To add more definition, I will put here a little accent with black. There's no need for a full contour. It's just here and there few little accents, and that will add a little bit of dimension to the flowers that we placed before. You want to extend this to the other flowers, to the leaves also, and to the table. there you have it. This is my replica of Van Gogh's Red Poppies and Daisies. I hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time with another fun project. Bye bye!